Hi, my name is Grace Shalom Hopkins and welcome to another episode of Spin Weekly. Today we are going to be unboxing the Frost yarn box that I got in the mail, so stay tuned. So I had a big D-stash that I needed to do, and Nicole of Frost Yarn was like, dude, I got you, and then we'll just do a swap. And so we did, and so then she got pregnant. Yay! But it took a second for her to make my box, and when it arrived, it was beautiful. It remains beautiful. It continues to be beautiful. In fact, it's so beautiful that I'm taking some of the things from this box and sending it to my fiber share partner because I have this deep desire to spread around the beauty. So when I find something that's just magical, I really can't help but share. So I'm gonna unbox it and do a full voiceover of the video. And if you are a Patreon patron, there is a music video version of this because obviously the unboxing would be not as informative without a voiceover. Like, it would really be not giving you guys the best details here if I did like not a voiceover. You know what I'm trying to say there? But if you like the relaxing music video version, you can head over to the Patreon page and it will be there. After the video, I'm going to give you a quick update on the print version of my book card, as well as what I'm doing with some of the other projects. So I will meet you on the other side. Okay, so first off, do you notice how that weird fuss is not here today? I literally didn't have a chance to do anything to fix it, so I don't know what was happening last week. So, that's my relationship with technology. But this is the box. There is so much goodness involved, and the bean made out like a queen that she is with this. So you get to see a lot of Beanie here in this video. She is wearing her deer pajama pants just for this occasion. She would like everyone to know it was a big deal. So first of all, we have this medical syringe, which Bean thought was the greatest because she loves the syringe action, and it's still in her play kitchen, and she's been sucking water and pushing it out into bowls for days now. I almost don't want to use it for dye because she likes it so much. But Nicole sent a package just for the Bean, and it had these little llama necklaces in there and some candy. And what else was in there? Aside from the coloring book, there's a coloring book, but I was trying to decide if there was anything else small. I don't think so. It was the necklace was a huge hit. They're best friend necklaces, but she likes to wear them both herself. And she says that they're sheep and not alpacas or llamas. So, and we've really been enjoying the coloring book. So this was really cool. Most of the time she just gets to enjoy the fiber for fiber's sake. This time she had a present for herself. Paradise Fiber always sent candy, but yeah, anyway, I thought that was really sweet. Any parents out there understand how cool it is when somebody sees your kid and validates them as a person. She grabbed the camera in the close-up and gave a heartfelt thank you.
I like my necklace. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. Beautiful. I like my necklace.
So I mean, right, we can just stop the video here. That was the best it's gonna get. Am I right? You know? Here's me failing it, putting on a necklace. But once we enjoyed the necklace, yeah, there was just, that was the highlight of the whole package. And we've been coloring in the coloring book. This is our first actual coloring book, weirdly enough. We've got some of the magic marker ones, but this is the first sort of old school coloring books. And then she did eat the candy, but she's never had like candy store candy that's not sort of either natural or old school. So she ended up spitting it on the floor in little pieces, and it took us forever to figure out what the purple stuff was. This is really beautiful. Angelina and sari silk. Sari silk is good for basically everything. You can never have too many colors of sari silk if you're working with Rolags or bats. And this Angelina is so iridescent and purple, it weirded my camera focus out. I'm in front of a window, so my camera was really confused by all of the shiny fibers that were in this package. Also, as I do these close-ups just from a video perspective, I'm including the close-ups in the middle of the unboxing instead of kind of at the end of the specific part. So let me know if you like that better visually speaking. And here we go. Here we are opening the jumbo syringe. And this is the Pro Chem Dye Atlas. And I've never owned a dye atlas before, but I think these are more helpful than I would have anticipated if you were purchasing dyes, because you can get a good idea of what is a real version of what you're looking for. So if you're like, this is my real green, well, there's a lot of different kinds of real green, and the real green you want probably will change several times depending on your project. So I was pleasantly surprised on how helpful I think this will be. Initially I was like, why would I spend like $5 plus shipping for a dye atlas? But that's the kind of not very scientific dyer I am. She also sent some samples of her favorite Pro Chem dyes, because she's an avid supporter of Pro Chem, and I will be doing a video to show off what those are like and kind of how it worked based on my not so scientific dye atlas usage, because there's a very specific dilution and percentage points and weights that you could use, and she does. She's a very scientific dyer, and I've linked her YouTube channel down below for her dyeing video tutorials, as well as her Instagram. But yeah, I'm not that person. But I love these little baggies. Aren't they cute? Samples are just cute. I don't care what we're sampling. If it's a sample, it's just 100% cooler looking than the full size of that product. So I'm not sure what I will dye with these. I don't have any big projects in the works, so I think I'll probably do it maybe for the March Patreon patrons, because this month I did the woad dyeing. So I think that would be really fun to do. She did include some undyed fibers that I could test it out on, which is really cool because I guess they work on plant fibers, because there's a bamboo in there. There's also, like you said, silk, like you can see, silk and nylon and bamboo. So I'd like to try it out on all three of those, plus a wool, and get you a really interesting sample video so you can see how the dye works on the different fibers. I think that would be cool. That's the kind of science I like to do. And she sent me the coolest little bubble tea card. I thought that was really sweet, and wrote about kind of her motivation behind the things she put in the package, and it was really cool to read. I always love seeing people's handwriting and kind of hearing the thoughts that they put with their package. So I think that makes it really intimate. We should snail mail more. I love subscription boxes and ordering things from small shops because it has that snail mail vibe. This would be the eyeball collection. So this is a collection of fibers of all different varieties, and they're based on the eyes of her Patreon patrons. She's no longer a Patreon person because it was not working for her to navigate the mailing system. Patreon can be a little finicky, and because her business is very mail order based, it wasn't the correct option for her. So I'm not linking to her Patreon because it doesn't exist. But you can find her Etsy store in the links down below. However, when she was on Patreon, she did these stalker boxes, and so one time she stalked everybody's eye color and dyed based on those eyeball colors. And I think it would be so cool to have an eyeball sweater or something like that, maybe an eyeball vest, to show off all of these beautiful different colors. And this is the first time I had really seen, I've had one of her bats before, but this is the first time I've really seen her individual fiber work, and you can see the intensity of her dye way better before they're blended if you're purely just looking for the dye aspect. Do you see how rich and nuanced these colors are? When the camera doesn't blow out, that's like now, that's an accurate representation of the depth. But look at that depth. I have rarely met a dyer who creates such nuanced shades. Lots of dyers work to create really beautiful organic blends, and the beauty comes from the way the fiber flows through itself and creates secondary colors. But hers, she can create almost layers on top of itself. It's very interesting. It reminds me of kind of what Felicia Lowe and Sweet Georgia does with yarn, but in a more intense, multicolored way. Felicia Lowe tends to be very, well, it reminds me of machine dye, like really high quality machine dyeing. They go for intense repeatability, but Nicole, she does the one of a kind in combination with that layering. It is hard to describe her. She creates very unique work. So again, look at the intensity of this fiber. And this was based on a sushi platter. So I love her inspiration. She very literally pulls colors from her inspiration sources and then puts them onto her fiber. So I think that's really magical. I also liked the little sequins that she included to do like an art yarn. I'm envisioning some weaving, maybe some sushi weaving. And these are little silk noils. And again, the intensity and the depth of color on these things is just mind-boggling. I sorted out my favorite shades because you know me, that Edwardian mermaid sort of fantasy zone is my jam. But look at that gold. I mean, dudes, do you see that gold? That looks like something that is on somebody's like dress, embroidered gold. That glinting is not the light. That is the literal dye work. The nuances, the dark and the light and the midtones. She did that with dye. That's so freaking cool. I feel like I'm not really providing constructive narration to this video because I'm just like, it's cool, and do you see it's cool? And there's another way that it's cool. Let me talk about all the ways that it's so and these are, I think they're all bamboo, and they are inspired by my landscape bat. I've linked to that particular recipe. It's in my book card, which is coming out soon, and it's actually the cover image of the book card. So I think I talk about that in the outro part of this video, but that's inspired by this technique. And again, you can see the nuanced shades of this. I just want to frame them. I do actually do framed fiber pictures that are not felted. They're just loose fiber behind glass, and when you press it, it looks quite nuanced. So maybe that's what I'll do with this. I'll build a landscape just the way it is as fiber. But I couldn't resist making little nests to show you the nuance of these. I almost think spinning them would ruin the beauty. And she has this phrase she uses on her Instagram quite often, retina burning, and that lime green that I was just touching is definitely retina burning. But then right after that, she does this intense moss. It's like, let me fall into some croft in Scotland with this mossy goodness. Jeez, and I think I need to turn on the music because I'm just gushing at this point. So if anybody has any ideas on what to do with this, let me know, because I don't want to disrupt the color. It's just so good. And there you can see them all together in a pile. They're really beautiful, and they play so well together. Despite the fact that there's lots of different kinds of green in there, like you wouldn't think that retina burning one would play well with the mossy one when they're just sitting together, two of them. But all of them together make a beautiful collection. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video. Okay, so were you not blown away by the sheer awesomeness of that? I don't even know what I'm gonna do with those. I'm envisioning some black wool that I blend the eyeball fiber in each of the little bats and then spin it in like a gradient. I think that would be really cool. Yeah. I think the landscape greens would go well with that too. So I don't know. I'm imagining possibilities. So if you have any ideas on what I should do with these fibers, let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, as I try the ProChem dyes, I will totally update you with a video because that's how we roll around here. So, this is the proof copy I have of the book card. You can tell it's a proof, not for release. And it looks fantastic. It's hard to do with one hand. And I don't want to do a whole flip through because that would not be, I want it to be a sneaky surprise. Here you go. Full page images. Do you see that large print? I print really large on purpose so that way A, you can see it from far away, and B, if you have trouble reading stuff because your eyes are kind of bad or weak, there is quite large print. So it does make the book bigger and fatter than it necessarily needs to be, but I like big and fat books, so yeah. However, I am struggling with my printer to get the actual book approved, essentially. There's been a miscommunication with our autoresponders, and I'm having a little bit of trouble getting to an actual person to say, hola, the actual proof that you sent was great and I approved it, but your autoresponders are not approving my approval. But like, I'm the boss because it's my book, so you could just approve it. Do you know what I mean? So once my printer approves my approval, then it will be listed and ready to go. So I will keep you updated on that front. And let's see, where else have I been? I have taken this whole week off from spin and knit projects to work on my super secret project. And I'm hoping that it will be available for reveal in the next couple of weeks. Next week, I have a special video for you about natural dyeing. So again, I'm going to use also next week to work on this other project. So hopefully that's a thing. I will be doing a test person call. I'm not going to say what craft yet. So if you're multi-craftual, keep an ear out for my test call. But yeah. So I think that's all I have to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!